Hi guys! So like I said a few days ago, I am doing the 50 random facts tag today. I think I was tagged, I can't even remember, but if not, I really enjoyed this tag and I thought it's a great way to learn random things. Now I wrote these all down in no particular order, so some of them will kind of like go together and then some of them will just be completely random after one, and so yeah. So I'm just gonna start. Number one. I am 5'2". A lot of people, when they meet me, they're like, "You're so short." Yes, it's true. I am really, really short. I'm 5'2". My stepson is like literally a foot taller than me, and Emily, my stepdaughter, who's 9, is almost the same height as me. It's crazy. I'm very short. Number 2. Pigs and lions are my favorite animals. I have liked pigs since I was very small and actually had quite a huge collection of pig paraphernalia, figurines, teapots, clothing, posters, the whole bit when I was a kid, and of course Babe and all that was like some of my favorite childhood movies. And then as an adult, lions have turned into one of my favorite animals. They're just stunning, majestic, strong, powerful creatures, and I just think they're beautiful. Number 3. I really love Indian food and sushi. I actually cook a lot of Indian food at home. I worked with a Pakistani woman and she taught me and gave me a lot of recipes that I ended up trying and loving, and since then love it. I cook a lot of different Indian foods at home. They have a lot of vegetarian options, so I cook a lot of their food at home, and Chris loves it. We actually had it last night and we'll have it for leftovers again today. And sushi is just real sushi, raw fish. It's great. I am vegetarian, but we're pescatarian because the only time I eat fish is with sushi. I just can't give it up yet. Number 4. I had 2 pet mice growing up. 2 tiny pet mice. And their names were Mimi and Roxy. One was black and white, the other one was beige and white. Number 5. I grew up in the country and later on a horse farm. We were worked very young at our age, and yeah, I grew up in the middle of nowhere on a dirt road. Our neighbor was a goat farm. It was pretty boring and very hard work. Number 6, my first real job, like paying job, was working at a movie theater at the concession booth. So my town ended up getting a movie theater, and I got, I worked in the concession booth and made popcorn and pizza and all that fun stuff. Number 7, my mom and stepdad owned a clothing store when I was younger. So even though we lived in the country and we had that, it was just a hobby. It wasn't like a working farm, like with crops and stuff. It was just like a country on a lot of land. But we had a clothing store. So we sold women's clothing and we sold Western wear, like cowboy boots and cowboy hats and Western wear, and then we also sold an Australian boot called Blunston boots, which are amazing. Yeah, we were the only store at the time there to sell Blunston boots. Number 8, I didn't fly on a plane until I was 24 and went to British Columbia, Canada. I never had an opportunity to fly anywhere, and when Chris's dad moved to BC, which is a beautiful province in Canada, we had the opportunity to go for a week 2 summers ago, and it was my first time on a plane, and since then I've been on a plane 3 times. Number 9, I have a lot of family in Ireland. So my heritage originates in Ireland, as I also still have a lot of family that lives there, cousins mostly, and aunts and uncles. Number 10, my favorite color is purple. I'm drawn to purple. I will wear it all the time, and it's one of my favorite eye colors to wear as well when I wear eyeshadow. Number 11. I have never lived in a house with more than one floor, and at one time I had a basement. We always had one-level bungalows, and our houses were always quite small, and we always opted to have a lot of nice land to live on rather than the house, which honestly, because I've always lived in a small area, that even now if I was to get a big house, I live in an apartment now, one floor, I think I would be very overwhelmed and wouldn't know what to do with all the space. I find when I go to people's houses in my family or my friends that have larger homes, I get very, very overwhelmed in all of that space, and I wouldn't know what to do with it if I had it. Number 12, I love shopping at secondhand stores. I love it. Mostly not so much for the clothes, but for the knickknacks and stuff. I did a thrift store haul on my vlog channel, and I just love finding things in there that I can use around my house that I don't have to pay that much for. Number 13. I also love garage sales. Love garage sales. I haven't been to ones really recently, but I used to get up really early in the morning and go garage sale hunting with my stepdad and see what things we could find at garage sales. Number 14. My favorite chocolate bar is a Score bar. I think I've said this before in another kind of random video, but yeah. I haven't had one recently. I kind of go through stages with Score bars where I have one and then all of a sudden I need to have one like every day, and then I kind of pull myself back and I cut myself off because it gets a little out of control sometimes, but it's a pretty bad addiction. If there is one around or somebody offers to get me a chocolate bar, and if I want one, it will always be a Score bar, and I have a really difficult time sharing it if anybody wants any. My all-time favorite movies, sorry, number 15, my all-time favorite movies are Grease, The Birdcage, To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, and Dirty Dancing. This is where my gay boy trapped in a gay girl's body comes from. Addicted to musicals, and I could watch, literally, To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything is one of the best movies ever made. They're amazing. 16. I love plays and musicals. Yeah, I have seen lots of them. I've seen Sound of Music, The Jersey Boys, Dirty Dancing, Hairspray with The Wizard of Oz, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King. There was an independent Canadian one they did called My Mother's Lesbian Jewish Wiccan Wedding, and it was a true story, and the guy that wrote it, directed it, and starred in it, it's about his life. So his mother, he was Jewish, and his mother ended up becoming a lesbian who married a Wiccan, and they had the ceremony. It was so funny. It was really, really funny, as among other plays that I've seen before. Oh, and Cats. I saw Cats. That was one of my favorites. Number 16. Number 17. I have been a vegetarian for almost 6 months, and I say vegetarian because I really should say pescatarian, because I do eat fish when I eat sushi, but I don't eat sushi very often, and every single meal that I cook is strictly vegetarian meals. And usually vegan too. I don't use a lot of dairy, and I very rarely use eggs. So mostly vegan. 18. I used to sneak, this is funny, I used to sneak makeup to school when I was 12 because I wasn't allowed to wear it, and then I would wash my face before I went home from school. A lot of girls did it, and because I took a school bus to and from school because I lived in the country and had to go to the city, I had time to wash my face and get home before anybody knew any different. Number 19, I didn't start coloring my hair until I was 21 and finished hair school. I am a natural blonde, and I've actually decided recently, and let's see how far I can do it, is to grow back my natural hair color. So I've got a good, almost 2 inches there of my regrowth. I'm a natural dirty blonde, and there was no reason for me to color it until I, you know, got the itch to finally do it after hair school. Number 21, I am a certified color technician, and I love it more than anything. So that means that I'm specialized in coloring hair. I'm like a hair coloring guru. I thrive on the science and the challenge behind fixing people's hair, and coloring hair is so complex that I'd like to boycott store-bought color, because there's so much to it and it is so much fun, and I love teaching about it. I love to teach at work, and it's a great thing to be able to do. 22, I have been a hairstylist for 8 years and a makeup artist for 5 years. 23, my mother was a makeup artist in New York in the 70s and the 80s. 24, when I get married, I want a simple lace dress. Nothing fancy, just simple and lace. Actually, if you follow me on Pinterest, I have a wedding board. No, I'm not engaged yet. You know, maybe this year, who knows? Hint, hint. Chris, are you listening? Yeah, I have a board, and there's some really nice simple lace dresses on there. 25, I don't know if I ever want any children of my own. This is something that I flip-flop back and forth. I discussed being a step parent on my vlog channel, and it is very rewarding, and I'm very much career oriented as a woman, and all my friends are kind of having kids, a lot of them, and I'm focused right now on my career, and my family is amazing. I have 3 beautiful stepchildren, and I go into a lot of depth about that on my vlog channel, but I like the way that it is. So I'd love a child one day of my own biologically, but if I don't feel like I'd be missing out on anything, because I have such a beautiful relationship with my stepkids. Okay, 26. I despised cats until I got one. I did not have any interest in them. I had no time for them. No. Then I got one, and now I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I go on Imgur all the time for the cat gifts and the cat pictures. I am literally obsessed with cats now. Love them. I could never see myself now not having a cat and a dog. Always. 27. I only have one nickname, and it is from my uncle. I've never had a nickname from anybody else, and my uncle calls me Maggie Muggins. He said that I reminded him of, I don't know if it was a cartoon character or a comic book character. I don't really know the background of this Maggie Muggins person, but I reminded him of this girl, and he, to this day, you know, I'm 26, and he still sees me. He lives in the United States now, but when I do see him, he still calls me Maggie, and we email all the time, and I honestly don't know what I would do if he ever stopped calling me Maggie. It's very like a second name for me with him. So yeah. 28. I get really bad anxiety if I'm ever going to be late for anything, even if it is only by 5 minutes. I seriously will start to sweat and freak out and like hyperventilate. I need to open the windows of the car. I need to call somebody. Like, it gets really, really bad. I'm a very punctual person. I'm a very organized person. So yeah, don't like being late, even if it's by like a few minutes. 29, I am extremely organized. I thrive on organization, very much so. 30, I work really well under high pressure and high stress. My ability to organize my thoughts efficiently and productively is really handy. So yeah, even though I have a difficult time being late for things, and that causes me to have anxiety, if I'm in a really busy scenario, I can quickly organize my thoughts in my head and produce things that make sense, and fix situations when they need to be fixed quickly, and, you know, and well. 31. Because of this, I have been promoted 3 times in 2 years. 32. I go above and beyond for my friends and the people that I care about. I am an extremely loyal friend, and yeah, I'll go above and beyond for them. Anything they need, I'm there. They can count on me. 33. My favorite pop is Dr. Pepper. I do not drink pop, or I think it's soda in the States. I think you guys call it soda. In Canada, we call it pop. And I like Dr. Pepper. It's my favorite. I don't really drink it a lot. I usually just drink water. I don't drink a lot of juice or anything. It's usually strictly water, but when I do drink pop, it is Dr. Pepper. 34. I'm obsessed with blue Kool-Aid. Anybody who knows me well knows this. In the summertime, other than the water, I drink a lot of blue Kool-Aid. It's kind of crazy. Let me see how many packets I have right now in my cupboard. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packets right now of blue Kool-Aid. Oh my god, that's a lot of blue Kool-Aid. Yeah, so if you want to send me blue Kool-Aid or Kool-Aid, my P.O. box is down below. If you guys have cool flavors where you're from, because I can only get the blue Kool-Aid at this little convenience store down the street. My grocery stores only have purple, orange, and red. So if you can get cool, awesome flavors of this in the States, my favorite one when I was a kid was pink flamingo. Send them to my P.O. box, please. I'm actually asking you to do that because I love Kool-Aid. It's like, it's bad. It's bad. 35. I love reading and can get lost in books to the point that I won't hear anything or anyone around me. So yeah, when I read, and I usually, if I like a book, I'll try to finish it within the day or 2 days if it's a big book. I literally won't stop until it's done at all. Number 36. I love to watch marathons of seasons of shows, which I'm sure a lot of you do this, but I finally watched Game of Thrones, and I watched every season out so far in 2 days. Like, I literally didn't leave my computer, watched it all. Oh my god, that show is awesome, and why I never got into it to begin with, I don't know. 37. I have lived on my own since the age of 16 for various reasons that I won't get into, but yeah, which is probably why I feel way older than I am, and am much more responsible with money and bills, and got that kind of head on my shoulders at such a young age. But yeah, since I was 16, I've literally lived on my own. 38. Halloween is my favorite holiday because you get to dress up as something you're not and have a really good time. It's fun. 39. My prom got shut down at 10 p.m. because some idiots got caught drinking underage. Yeah. All the girls are all dressed up, everything's great, and by 10 p.m. the cops were there shutting it down. To say I was pissed is putting it lightly. Number 40. I was a waitress once, and I hated it. I really hated it. Kudos to waitresses. If you waitress or serve at a restaurant, the shit that you put up with. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. 41. Let me turn this off. That's not 41. 41. The one thing I will always try from a menu, if they have it, is French onion soup. Everybody has something from a menu that they'll try. I will, if they have it, I'll try it, and I have yet to find one that I love. Number 42. Growing up, my grandma owned an antique shop / yogurt shop, and I always would make frozen banana yogurt with the frozen bananas. It was cool because she had all these beautiful antiques, and it was really neat. 43. My uncle, the same one that calls me Maggie Muggins, taught my brother and I how to play blackjack when we were 6 and 7. My uncle was a blackjack dealer at a casino, and he taught my brother how to play, and he used to say to pretend that there were cameras in the fan above us, and he took it really seriously, and like my brother and I got really into it and became really good poker players when we were teenagers. 44. I have an irrational fear of drowning, and therefore I will not swim where my feet can't touch unless I'm in a pool. I also very rarely put my head underwater. Yeah, so if I'm in a boat, if I do not have a life jacket, I will not go in the water at all, and I will only go in a water if my feet can touch. Pools I'm not so bad with because I can stay in the shallow end, but I really will rarely put my head into water. It is a legit irrational fear. I have such a bad fear. Even though I can swim, quite capable of swimming, scared to death of drowning. 45. I am obsessed with looking up my dreams in their meanings when I wake up, if I remember them. So yeah, obviously that's self-explanatory. If I wake up and remember my dream, I will look it up on the internet and see its meaning, and I will really, really read into it. This also brings me into 46. I keep a dream log and a journal for reference when I remember them to see if I repeat any dreams. Because I think if there is a dream that you are repeating, that they really mean something. So I have a dream a lot of the times that my teeth fall out, that they like rot or they like just fall out. I have a dream where this is kind of the drowning thing, where I get caught underwater and then all of a sudden I take a huge deep breath. I have a flying dream a lot. I think that's a common one. Yeah. So those are 3 dreams that I keep kind of repeatedly having. 47. I absolutely despise pants. And I prefer to wear dresses or leggings. So when the summer comes around, you'll very rarely see me in pants. I will, usually 90% of the time, I'll be in a dress or a skirt. And if not, I try to do leggings. 48. I can't wait to get Botox. Not ashamed. I would like to stay as youthful looking as possible without going overboard. So kind of Jennifer Aniston to me more-esque, you know, that kind of has had work done, but you don't really know because it's so nicely done. You know, I'm not against plastic surgery if it's done right. And nothing altered, just, you know, the fine lines filled in, and if I start to sag a little plump here and there, I'm not against it, and I quite look forward to aging gracefully with help. 49. I don't have cable and I rarely watch TV. Chris and I made the decision to get rid of our cable because we only had basic cable and it was crap. We got Netflix and we got an Apple TV, and that's good enough for us. And 50, I just bought my first car, which was really exciting. So hopefully you guys made it through that. That's a lot of stuff. 50 is a lot of random things, and I hope those were random enough for you. I will also list them in the down bar, and if you want to do this tag or have done it, leave it as a response, because I literally, if somebody posts this video, I'll watch it right to the end because I love hearing and learning about people so much. I will see you guys in my next video. I love you. Bye.